Dr. Arabindo, our Chief Medical Director, you want to deliver a speech, I think, covering every aspect of the Department of Ophthalmology, Southeastern Railway, everything we expect.
Thank you, Yogeshwar. Dr. Bhuya, to be correct. He is a very meticulous organizer, as you can make out from the bunch that he has given me, so that I don't miss out on anything. Respected Dr. Debashish Bhattacharya, one of the pioneers of starting ophthalmology services in this part of the country, when all routes were leading down south, he turned them around back to Bengal. Congratulations, sir, for that. To Dr. Panar Al-Shaha, here is one individual who thought, apart from the clinical work, the organizational work of a society was equally important, and there Bengal had to make a mark. Sir, my hat's off to you. I, in a small way, have been associated with our anesthesiology society, and I realize how difficult it is to overcome the hurdles, not only local, but on the national level. We are, I think, expecting a few more dignitaries or luminaries from the field of ophthalmology, and our railway stalwarts would be joining later, the administrative heads, I am told. Before I begin, I think I ought to repay my debt to the person who brought me into this world, my father. I do not know whether Dr. Bhuya is aware, Dr. Datta is possibly aware, that he was one of the first qualified ophthalmologists of Southeastern Railway here at Garden Reach way back in the 1950s. He had qualified as a DOMS from the Calcutta Medical College, and then subsequently, as was the situation, due to his transfers, he moved away from ophthalmology. So today I feel really proud, and I can't describe that pride, that the branch in which my father started his specialization, which was aborted subsequently, I am here to celebrate that specialty in a very special way by acquainting our railway surgeons with the latest developments in surgical ophthalmology. Here, this auditorium, they say all monuments are silent witnesses to history. And if I may be permitted to recount in a very small way the events that have taken place in this stage itself, namely, similar telecast live surgery has taken place in this hospital in the past on varied subjects like intraocular lens implantation, squint surgery, and one more, retinal surgery. We had surgeons coming not only from the city, but from different parts of the country to participate, to demonstrate, and it was overwhelmingly attended by the ophthalmologists of the city and railways. We are thankful to Professor Ranobir Mukherjee, who took a very strong role in organizing these events. It was on this stage that we had Professor Badrinath from Shankar Netralaya witnessing yet another event, and I can still visualize the scene. He not only participated in the academic activities, but was witness from that sofa there into the cultural activities presented by our hospital staff. That was a gentleman whom I admire always. There are certain evidences in the hospital. As you walk around, you will find the plaques that are put up in government hospitals bearing witness to Professor Badrinath's visit. Here I have a small submission. I hope Dr. Bhattacharya won't take it amiss. Railway has a unique role. It sort of grooms individuals, especially doctors. And if you go around in the city and the outskirts, you will find many a person, some of whom proudly claim that they were in railways once. Some feel a little below dignity to claim that they have worked in the railways earlier. The railways' contribution towards the medical fraternity has definitely, since I have been a second generation railway doctor, having spent 35 years myself, has been something which many people do not know, the way they have groomed doctors and let them go out into the world to share their knowledge and provide their service. We have divisional hospitals. For some of you who are not aware, we have divisional hospitals which are supposed to provide ophthalmology services, even surgical ophthalmology services, at Kharagpur, at Adra, at Chakradharpur, and presently a new hospital is coming up at Ranchi where we may not be able to provide the total services. But Kharagpur once upon a time had a perfectly functional ophthalmology unit with surgical services. Subsequently, upgrading of it has not occurred. Chakradharpur is trying to keep up, and with the help of Dr. Bhuiya, I am sure our doctor in Chakradharpur will definitely be up with the others in the country. All of you are more aware than me that ophthalmology surgery nowadays requires a lot of sophisticated equipments. And like any other government organization, providing those equipments requires little more time than is possibly acceptable. So there the enthusiasm goes down, and that is where we come in and try to help them out, try to put in a word here, drag a file there, and get the procurements so that the enthusiasm is still alive. There's a very surprising statement, or rather a piece of information that I gathered from Dr. Bhuiya. As I have been constantly mentioning, there's a surgical ophthalmology and there's a different type of ophthalmology. I'm told that out of the total number of ophthalmologists in the country, barely 40% are practically doing surgery. And that, I think, is something which all of you need to think about. The constraints are many, I don't deny. In my setup, that is in the railway setup, we have constraints as far as equipment is concerned. But then the other side of the story, providing the training, the know-how, and the encouragement at the specific centers is always available. And today's event is a first step in that direction. I'm told there are so many other added advantages and problems like in any other type of surgery. Here again, our center has been developed by our very enthusiastic surgeons in building up a center where referred cases from this specific type of surgery can be referred in case there are any untoward or inadvertent problems that arise out of it. I must compliment Dr. Bhuiya and also Dr. Home for taking up the other side of the specialty, that is in organizational works. I am sure all of you may not agree with this, because academic work, professional work does not allow you time to delve into organizational matters. But then the organizational function helps in preparing more people in the specialty who are equally competent and efficient. So those of you who have already done it, like Dr. Home and Dr. Bhuiya, my compliments to both of you. And gradually, with the passage of time, I'm sure we'll be able to indoctrinate other people to become disciples so that they can take up the pledge of spreading further the activities of the society for the betterment of the specialty. My predecessor, Dr. Patnaik, has already welcomed you to this pristine ambient surroundings of garden, which is not really beyond reach. Only if you can overcome the trucks and the trailers, you reach Garden Reach quite easily. The afternoon will be very interesting and informative, and I can promise you, post-workshop, it will be even more pleasant, and you'll really go back with memories, if you can remember it after all, when you go back, because I'm told Dr. Bhuiya has arranged for something more which may take back your memory. So please, morning you might remember what pleasant experiences you have had at the bank of the river Ganga on the in our Officers Club premises. I will be failing in my duty if I don't mention the people who have made this event possible. I had come across the names when I went through the files of these equipments which were put up by Dr. Bhuiya, and today I have them in front of me who have organized it. That is the Alcon Laboratories. We are thankful to them for making this event possible, to Novartis Healthcare, and to Shushrut Eye Hospital, which I am told is the place where Phaco-emulsification training takes place regularly. Our heartfelt thanks to all the three for making this event possible. Once again, on behalf of everyone here at Garden Reach, Southeastern Railway, we extend a very warm and cordial welcome to all of you, and really hope and pray that you enjoy the workshop and after the workshop. Thank you.